Welcome, value-providing agents and investors nationwide. Today is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020, and this is role play call number 58. We do have two in the queue. We've got a full hour today to spend with you, so don't be shy. You can be the agent, you can be the investor, or you can be the difficult customer. But the purpose of this is to role play with one of our coaches, and that's what we're here for. So please jump in the queue, hit *6, and then hit 1. And right now we only have two in there. First up this week is phone number ending in 1855. You're up first.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty well. So yeah, I'm calling to do a role play. I did one with Bruce about last week ago.
Yeah.
I want to be the agent.
Okay, great.
Awesome. You did a good job on the role play last week too.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm just want to give it another go, see if I have some improvement in here.
Okay. You good to do another one with me?
Yeah, that was totally okay with me.
All right. Good deal. It's Dan, right? Is this Dan?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Is it Dan? I think I recognize your voice.
Yes.
Dan.
Yeah,
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, Daniel. Yep. All right.
All right.
Well, I guess
Let's
we can
get started.
go ahead and. Okay. So. Ring.
Hello.
Hello. I'm trying to reach Bruce.
Yeah. This is Bruce.
Hi, Bruce. I'm glad I could reach you, man. My name is Daniel. Listen, do you have about 10 minutes to talk, man?
Kind of running to an appointment here in a couple of minutes, but yeah. What's going on?
Of course, Bruce. So listen, I won't take up too much of your time. Listen, I'm calling you because I have a team here local to San Antonio, and what we do is we help families that are going through probate. And what we do is we work with your attorney and the family to help slide you through this probate process, in the most less stressful way as possible. And what I'm doing, man, is I'm trying to reach out, as early as possible because I like to get in contact with the families. That way I can help them get proactive in the probate process, because the last thing I want for a family is to be sitting around and basically not being proactive and we're not getting things done that could be getting done in a basically fast manner. So what we do for families is we help them in the non-legal aspect of the probate process. So that could be a number of different things. But Bruce, if you don't mind me asking, so I have a better understanding of your situation, is there anything that you feel like is stressing you out during this time right now, or you wish you could delegate to someone else, man?
I don't know. I mean, you said you were working with my attorney. He didn't tell me you were going to call.
Of course, yeah, and so I understand that. So we work with a lot of the probate attorneys here local in San Antonio, and what we do is we reach out to our county clerk's office each month, and she basically provides us with a list of families that are going through probate. And what I do is I reach out to those family members. So that's why I'm calling you. So I didn't reach out to your attorney first, and that's what I was saying. I reach out earlier. That way they don't have to reach out to us to come and help you, if that makes sense, Bruce. But I understand you saying you feel like you don't know right now. But if you don't mind me asking, do you feel like you have anything handled as of this moment? Where do you find yourself? And that way I can better evaluate what I can do for you, Bruce.
I mean, yeah, my sister and my niece, they're helping me out. So, I mean, at this point, we're probably pretty good. But I tell you, maybe it changes later.
I see. What do you mean by that? Do they tend to drop out on you? Are they not reliable? Or can you explain on that?
Oh no, they're reliable. We're just cleaning up over at the house right now. We hadn't decided what we're going to do yet. I think we kind of got things taken care of so far. They're just cleaning up, getting some of the stuff out of the house. We don't know what we're going to do though.
I see. Well, Bruce, let me go ahead and give you like a brief explanation of some of the things we do for the families here. So, our job here is to be that middleman that comes in and basically provides you with the utmost value. That way you don't have to do a lot of the burdening tasks that comes with being an executor, right? And I'm glad to hear that you have, relatives and family members that are helping you out, because lots of times it can be just solely on the executor to handle everything. Well, what that can be, man, is, families struggle with getting, an estate sale set up, and in which case we do have partners that can help families get that done and, maximize the most profits out of that. One of the other biggest things that families may run into is figuring out what they want to do with the real estate. Sometimes families want to move into the property. I actually just spoke to a woman yesterday that she was looking she's trying to rent it out. That's a possible avenue to take. Or oftentimes in most cases, Bruce, they're just looking to sell the property. And sometimes families are looking to sell it immediately, so that way they don't have to be burdened with it anymore. Or other times they're looking to sell it, get the top dollar out of it. They want the most out of it. In which case, those are all areas that we specialize in. We do have investors that can get you set up, in either avenue that you are looking to take here. But I know you were also telling me that your relatives are helping you get it cleaned out. Has the home been vacant?
Yeah.
For how long, Bruce, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it's been vacant since Dad went in a nursing home about a year ago.
A year ago. I understand. All right. Well, listen, Bruce, here's the other thing, about that too. Just, for the safety, of, that house and if, everything in there. I don't know if you do know, but most homeowners insurances don't cover vacant insurance. And what vacant?
Oh, we're covered. We have insurance.
Of course. Do you have vacant insurance though? Do you know what that is?
No, I have a policy.
This is separate from homeowners insurance. Don't worry. It's not most people know what this is, because most people don't have to run into ever needing vacant insurance. But what this is, Bruce, is what it does is allows the house to be protected if someone were to come in and steal from everything that's inside the house, vandalize anything that's inside the house. It would be basically covered under, vacant insurance, because regular homeowners insurance will not cover that. I would just recommend. I do not, sir. No. I just want to make sure that you guys, protected, and safe in all your aspects here. I'm looking to make sure you guys, I have your back through this whole way.
You said it's Daniel, right? You said Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure I'm following what it is that you do.
Of course. So I'll break it again a little smaller, more briefly. So think about it like this: you pay your attorney to handle the legal aspect of your probate process, really, right? That's everything that has to be, all the paperwork, everything that has to do with the court, et cetera, like that. And that's going to make up 20% of your probate process. And what we do is we handle that other 80% of non-legal work that's then thrusted upon you to do, right? So that could be, like I was saying before, getting a estate sale set up, getting the real estate sorted. If you needed a lawn care done for the vacant house, that way it's well kept. We can get you connected with landscaping companies, if need be. What we do is we basically come in and we take the responsibilities off your shoulders.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick. How much do you charge for that? Because I think we got a lot of that stuff covered, but it depends how much you charge.
Of course, Bruce. So listen, we don't charge anything up front. Everything that we do is going to be on the back end. We're
how much do you charge?
It's a very small percent, man. It's about 10 to 15%, on the back end. We don't charge a lot. Often, honestly, our work can be done, for cheap to little to nothing. It just depends on, the family, what we can do and provide service to them. I'm here to be an outlet for you to utilize my resources, Bruce.
Okay. Well,
listen,
there's not
Bruce,
that much more. Go ahead.
Listen, Bruce, I don't want to keep taking up too much time. I know I did tell you that, we can only have about 10 minutes. What I wanted to make this call about was just so you can understand who I am and how I can be here for you, how I can, you can utilize my resources so that way I can help you. And I know that you did tell me as well that you have families, your family helping you out, which, is fantastic, man. I don't want to keep taking up too much of your time, but if you're interested in, everything I've had to say to you, I would love to get to talk to you more. You can go a little more in depth. You can even bring in the family members that are helping you out. That way, we can have everyone on the call. We can, discuss and go over options in which we can help you out and provide value for you, man. There's next Saturday or this Saturday coming up work for you at 1 o'clock or a Monday at 2?
Yeah, you can give me a call. Next Saturday's fine.
Next Saturday? Or would there be anything, for any reason that you wouldn't be able to make that call on that Saturday, man? Or do you feel like you'll be pretty clear?
No, I think I can make it.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and pencil in now for that, Bruce. And I'll be looking forward to speaking with you soon, okay?
Okay, Daniel, thanks.
Thank you very much. All right, let's break.
All right, break.
Well,
Go ahead. Tell me what you thought.
Yeah, I felt better coming along towards the end there. I felt like I was getting out what thoughts that were coming in my head. But there in the beginning there, I actually never really slip up there mentally. And I definitely found myself fumble greatly. So trying to recover from that was very awkward for me. But yeah, that's my take there. I feel like I goofed.
What do you feel like you tried to recover from? Was it a specific moment?
Yeah, it definitely was. When I was talking, I usually it's a very felt moment for me, and that's why I'm saying I don't really slip up. Is like when I'm calling and I'm like, hey, I reach out earlier. I want to help the family get proactive, and I sincerely mean it. So for me to be able to slip up there and fumble over all of my words there, and that whole next sentence to follow was I definitely goofed right there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have you tighten down that USP, that intro, a little bit more. It did feel a little bit long to me, and honestly, I don't know if you could hear this, but I started kind of giving verbal cues that you were going a little bit long, so I started sighing. I don't know if it came across on the phone or not, but so going a little bit long. So as you tighten that down, one of the things that I like to do is provide quickly let's call it 2 to 3 areas. I have 3 areas that I notice that many families struggle with, and then I tell them what it means to them in tangible terms. So, families struggle with repairs and maintenance. Sometimes the house that they've just inherited has plumbing leaks, gutter issues. It could sometimes have 2 feet of grass. And what that means to you is you're spending time that you probably either didn't have or would prefer to spend with your own family just taking care of a house. Mm-hmm. And so I'll mention about 3 of those in the intro, and then kind of give them an opportunity. If some of that sounds familiar, I could tell you a few of the ways that I can help out.
Right.
Okay. So wanting to get a little bit more concise in that intro is going to be important for you. Get it down. I wasn't timing it, but it felt like it might have been at least a minute and a half. I'd try to get it under a minute to start.
Under a minute, right.
You'll get more clarity and can probably boil it down to even less than that. Other thing is pick up on some of those cues. If somebody is really short with you, you want to try to match them and be short back. Okay? So make statements followed by quick questions. Get them get in sync with them as much as possible with their tonality, with the whether they're talkative, whether they're short, whether they're right in the middle, kind of what we call blah. So try to sync up. By the way, I know that you've been practicing that because the last time I was really blah with you on the phone, and I could tell that you were trying to match me better, and you did a lot better job this time as well.
Great, thank you.
Jim, Chad, do you guys have anything to throw in?
My feedback is pretty much exactly the same as yours. Like, it was apparent in the beginning you weren't really confident, and you were just filling time. And I didn't set a timer either, but it was probably 2 minutes before you gave Bruce a chance to talk. So what I really want you to focus on is getting, even if it's just a tiny affirmation, just get a yes or a that's right along the way to break that up, because it felt like you were talking at Bruce, not talking with Bruce. The other thing I want you to, after this call, really sit down and focus on, and I think it was last month I recommended somebody do this. So, just pull up a fresh Excel sheet, and then column A, put what problems could they have, and I mean exhaust your imagination, anything you can imagine. And then in the column B, what solutions do I have? And then start to feel their problems, and it's an empathy exercise, right? Like, it's going to when I say completely exhaust, I mean there should be 100, 150 problems there. So fighting with siblings, and it'll just help you prepare your mind for things you haven't heard yet, and it'll make you aware of things that you might be able to stir up. And it's don't ever stir up pain unless you are the solution. It's kind of my policy, but. How likely do you think that a family member during COVID, with everybody having busy lives, how likely do you think it is that person's going to show up when they're supposed to and work as hard as they think that they are to get the house cleaned out?
That's a really
you ever done projects with your family? So that was one chink in the armor that I saw early on, where you could use kind of feel, felt, found. Listen, I understand how you feel. I mean, a lot of people have felt the same way, but family didn't show up. Family, someone had a blister on their finger, and it took 3, 4, 5 weekends to even get the stuff organized, and they still didn't know when the sale was. And then we oftentimes we step into those situations, and we can handle it in a matter of days. So you stir that pain up of, you know what, you're probably wasting your time and your family's time when there's somebody here that will do it for you. And that we can achieve that result in a fraction of the time and with none of the stress. So just really getting into an empathetic mindset about what their problems are will help you spot those in conversations. And anytime a conversation is kind of dragging along like that and Bruce is sighing, the sigh that it was subtle, but you should have picked up on it because I did hear it. And what that should say to you is, I'm not in rapport. This guy's not listening to me. If he's hearing, he might be hearing me, but he's not listening. And that's where you stir up a problem, ask a question, be the solution. And just look for those little chinks in his armor, because that's all you need to get engagement. And once you've got him on the hook with a no trespassing sign, a vacant insurance policy, the clean out, personal property valuation. Like, if do you guys know what the property's worth? Have you thought about maybe you might sell it for less than it's worth? There's a million different problems you can come up with. No matter how little they are, find one and get engagement on that, and then build on that with a series of good questions. But I want you to listen to the recording and certainly take Bruce's advice. You need to get your USP down and give him an opportunity to speak sooner. And then you need to engage any opening he gives you, any problem he says he doesn't have or he does have is an opening. And that's a chance for you to stir up a little bit of pain, and then just show them how your service is the solution. And that helps people understand more quickly. Like, we can learn a lot from infomercials, right? You have 90 seconds on late night TV, and how many people buy that stuff? And it's like, it always starts with a big problem, and it's always over dramatized. But they're showing you a problem that you may or may not have, but they're showing you that problem, and then they show their product as the solution. And it's kind of the same concept. So these people don't know what they don't know. They haven't. Most of them haven't been through this before. They think it's going to be smooth sailing. The attorney's going to do a lot more. And that's oftentimes what prolongs the process, literally by months, because they eventually realize, oh, crap, this is for us, or oh, crap, family's not going to show up. It's 115 degrees in San Antonio today. And my niece is, you know, she was only here a half an hour, and she went to Starbucks to get an iced latte. There's all kinds of little problems, but I think you should make that spreadsheet, make your problem solution matrix, and that'll help you get more clear on a lot of the things you can do to help.
And
Danny,
really couple small, something real quick, Jim. Something as small as, oh, how much time? So we talked about my sister and my niece. How much time are they spending over there? Okay, they could say not enough, or they could say all their time. Both are a problem. One's a problem for the sister and the niece, and the other's a problem for me because I want it done. So just easy little interjected questions in there that kind of draw me into conversation more would be beneficial. They don't need to be long and complex, and you don't really need to be making big statements. Short questions just dropped in, sprinkled in throughout, will cause the PR to start talking.
And Danny, are you a realtor, an investor, or both?
It would be under like investor. I work with Shia and Gabriel. I do a lot of the acquisition calls, basically.
Yeah, the reason I ask is where did the 10 or 15% charge come from? Is that because
I was throwing, so that was just me throwing a number out there. That wasn't like my like number out.
Yeah, there's an old adage: whoever mentions the number first in negotiations loses. I would have, if I was looking at you as a realtor or an investor, and I was on the other end of the phone, I would have taken that as a pretty exorbitant fee. You would have been better off not to mention a number, in my opinion. Just, it depends on what you need help with, but I don't charge anything until I perform the service and we close. The other thing, just a good way to answer it is, honestly, it depends. There's so many different ways I can help you. It depends on what you need help with, and whatever I charge, I promise I won't charge you anything until you're ready to close. You don't have to come up with any money out of pocket. And the reality is, I may just be able to help with a few things, and there won't be any charge for it. I mean, every situation's different. Without being evasive, and that is the reality, you really don't know. But as soon as I heard the 10 or 15%, to me that was a red flag, because if they're looking at you, realtors only charge 6 or 7, and 10 or 15, I wouldn't have thrown out any number there. I would have just been vague and let them know it depends on which of my services you need. But the good news is there's no charge until I'm able to help you, or there's no, and I don't charge anything until we're ready to close. Just be more vague. I wouldn't have thrown that number out. The other thing I wrote down is kind of interesting, and you sort of self-corrected in the first minute. I think you said "man" about 6 times. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah. And man is very friendly, but when you started saying that, I wrote down Sir or Bruce, and then towards the end of the call, you started to do that. You started to say Bruce more. Man is friendly, it's endearing, but when you say it too many times, it just sounds like like the kids say, like before every word. It was just it to me, it made you sound a little less professional, but you sort of
habits, yeah.
Yeah. Towards the end of the call, though, you did that. You called him Bruce, and whenever you're tempted to say "man," more than once or twice, use the person's name. People love to hear their name. Right. And you did that. You did that towards the end of the call.
How does that sound, brah? Switch it up with a brah.
Brah.
Brah. I mean, I'm from Florida. I might just throw it in there.
All right, dude. Good job.
Thank you guys so much for all the feedback. I appreciate every one of them. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you stepping up, buddy. No problem. All right, next up, we have two more in the queue. We probably have room for one or two more. Hit *6 and hit 1. Next up is phone number ending in 8213. You're up next.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Excellent. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I ready to rumble. Let's see how this goes.
All right. Is this Sal? Sal,
Sorry?
this is Sal, right? This is Salvatore, Sal?
Federico Salvatore. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And you want to be the agent or the investor, Salvatore?
Yes, please. Yes, the agent, please, and thank you.
All right. And which one of you wants it, Chad or Bruce? Bruce is our coach. You want to stick with Bruce, or Chad, do you want to take one?
Whoever wants to give the beating. I don't know.
So I've role played with Fed a couple of times, so I'm going to give it to Bruce because I don't think you've
All right.
with him, have you?
Yeah, we have, but that's okay.
All right, you ready?
All right, let's do it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, I'm trying to reach Bruce, please.
Yeah, this is Bruce.
Hi, Bruce. This is Federico Salvatore. The reason for my call is I wanted to follow up with you and see if you received the letter I sent you last week.
I guess. I don't know. What was it about?
So I have a team of folks here in Los Angeles, and what we do is we specialize in helping people going through the probate process. And as a part of that, we actually go to the county clerk's office every month, and we see which families may need our assistance. What have you found to be the most challenging thing so far in the probate process?
Nothing really.
Okay. Oh, man, you got me again. You did that to me last week.
Did I?
All right, I'm
Go
lost.
ahead, go. Keep going.
Off. Yeah, you threw me off. I'm off.
Call him bro. Sorry. Just call him bro.
I'm out.
All right, we're gonna do another one here in just we'll do another one here in just a second. Chad,
Sorry.
Jump in. What would you say to that real fast before Federico and I do another one?
That you don't need anything?
Yeah, nothing at this point.
So, Bruce, what's been the toughest thing for you guys so far?
Nothing so far.
Okay. And how long has it? You've had your letters of testamentary since when?
Couple of weeks, months, maybe.
Okay. And obviously you've published a notice to creditors, and you've got a good handle on getting personal property valued, donated, thrown out. You don't need any help with any of that stuff.
I mean, we kind of got it taken care of at this point.
Okay. There's a few things we do for every family. Well, assuming they're willing to let us help. We try to make sure they never have to go through this again. We try to make sure they have a chance to expand the generational wealth instead of spend it. And the first thing we try to do is make sure that their liabilities are covered. And we see many families who don't even realize they have liabilities, and that usually comes mainly with the real estate. So has your attorney helped you address the liabilities and securing the property, both legally and physically?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So there is real estate in the estate?
Yeah, we got 2 houses.
Okay. And are both occupied or vacant?
One of them we just had a tenant move out of, and then the other one's where Grandma lives, and so it's vacant.
Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of attorneys do overlook. I don't know why. It's not part of their scope of work, so we make it part of ours. One of the things we try to do with every vacant house is make sure that it's properly posted. So in case somebody does gain access, you don't have to evict them. You can actually arrest them for trespassing. The other thing is we get proper insurance. A lot of folks are surprised to learn when we first tell them this, they're shocked. But if the home sits vacant for more than 30 days, it's very likely you don't have insurance, and if there's a loss, even if you're paying the premiums, if you read the fine print. So I think there's probably two things that I should do for you today, just to help you secure the property and to protect the asset. Would you agree?
What are those are the two things?
Well, there could be more, but those are the two that I'm saying it's in your best interest, and you really should do that today. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
so. I'm going to have a guy named, I'll pull the tax card for both properties, and a guy named David will call you. I use him because he's an insurance broker, and he can quote you multiple companies at once. The premium for the vacant policy is typically 30 to 40% higher, but he can bind it within an hour. So we'll make sure that you're protected. The other thing is I can come and bring. We keep copies of the state statute for trespassing and no trespassing signs, because literally, if somebody gets in right now, it could be 3 or 4 months before, if you are allowed to evict them, it could be 3 or 4 months before you even get a court date, and then you could battle them for another 3 or 4 months. So if someone were to gain access to the property, that could drag this out for over a year, and you wouldn't have control of your own property. So would today around, I've got an appointment from 12 to 1, a lunch appointment, but after, let's say around 1:30, would you be able to meet me at the house and let me inside to put it inside the window?
Well, I live like an hour and a half away, so I'm not really sure.
Okay. Is there a caretaker?
Me.
Okay. Would you rather mail me a key, or would you give me permission to gain access so I can secure the house?
I think I'd rather mail you a key.
Okay. I'll send you a label, and thank you for giving me the address just now. I'll spare everybody that part. But what I'll do, I'll send you a label right now from UPS USPS, and that'll be an overnight express. If you could just drop that key. If it's okay with you, just so I'm not in possession of the key, I'd like to put a combination lockbox on the property. And it's a secure lockbox. You and I are the only ones that will have the code. Is that okay with you if I do that, rather than mailing the key back, leave a copy here in case somebody else needs access?
Yeah. So I don't really know you. Maybe we should meet. I mean, this is good and all, but I don't know if I want a key floating around. Maybe we could meet?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, at what time do you think you could come down tomorrow?
I could probably get there by like 5 or 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'm free anytime in that window. So you want to just shoot for 5:30 or 6 o'clock?
Let's say 6.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you over there at 6. And just so, can I verify the property address, Bruce? Both of them.
Yeah. The one is 123 Main Street in Raleigh, and the other is 456 Elm Street in Wake Forest.
Okay. And this is your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have a guy named David call you probably within the next hour. I'll pull the tax cards and get him all the information on the property so he can go ahead and get you a quote ready from multiple companies. And as long as you're comfortable with the premium and the policy, just say yes, hand him a credit card, or mail him if you want to mail him a check from the estate's bank account. Excuse me. Then that policy will go into effect immediately, and then we'll take care of securing it from a legal aspect tomorrow. And excuse me, since we're going to be meeting tomorrow, I'll spare you the explanation of other things we can do to help. We'll just talk about that when we meet tomorrow afternoon. Sound good?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for taking my call, Bruce. I look forward to meeting you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks. So I'm gonna
you be more of a stick in the mud.
So one thing that I really like, it's funny because I was talking with my business partner locally about sticks in the mud. So that blah just total blah personality. And we were literally just discussing this today. And a lot of times, when you get that personality, they're blah because they are not a leader. They're probably exhausted, and they need someone to completely take charge. And it's pretty rare that the blah personality is blah because they're a take charge leader. So and it could be their circumstances, but when you run into that, that's kind of an open window to go ahead and take control. Go for the appointment earlier. And that's sort of the one rule that I don't mind. A lot of times I won't close for an appointment in the first several minutes of a conversation, but if they're like I am, just a complete stick in the mud, just go ahead and take charge. Ask for the appointment. Tell them, because they're probably not going to resist you a whole lot.
And I was trying to feel that out. So I felt like you were the complacent procrastinator that needed leadership more than anyone, because you're going to sit on your hands and do nothing for the next 6 months. So how long has it been since you got the letters testamentary? Have you gone a defensive route, I would have taken you a different direction. But you're just like, well, ho-hum. And so then that's when I was like, okay, we've got a probate quicksand guy. Let's stir up some pain. And I think it was really realistic. That's how they work. So,
yep.
Sorry, Fed. We just took your role play, man.
All good. All good. Sounded much better than mine.
You want to take another shot at it?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go for it, I guess. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Might as well. It's the only way you learn, right? All right.
Okay.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, I'm trying to reach Bruce, please.
Yeah, this is Bruce.
Good morning, Bruce. How are you? My name is Federico Salvatore. I actually got your number from the county clerk's office in the probate court. I have a team here locally and here in Los Angeles that helps families in probate, and we try to reach out as soon as possible to see what challenges you may be facing at the moment. What have you found to be most challenging?
I don't know. I'm a little bit. I'm going to go into an appointment here in a couple of minutes. But nothing yet. We're good.
Okay. And may I ask you this: is there any property in the estate that that you need help with? Is there any type of repairs or any clearing out of personal property? What's going on? Who else is involved in probate with you?
It's just me. I mean, we got a couple of houses in the estate, but we're not really ready to do anything with those right now. Just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. And with these houses, are these houses vacant or are they owner occupied?
Neither. Actually, one's vacant, and I've got 2 rentals.
Okay. And how long has the vacant property been vacant for?
About 2 months and a week since my brother passed.
Got it. Okay, and I understand. And the reason why I ask is a lot of times, is there an attorney involved, by the way?
Yeah, our attorney. He's doing a good job.
Okay, good. And actually, we work with a lot of attorneys. We actually take on where the attorney leaves off. See, the legal part of the probate process accounts for about 25% of the probate, meaning that the remaining 75% is then left in your hands. Now, the reason why I was saying this is also, I take it, has the attorney helped you change the homeowner insurance to a vacant policy yet?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. We did something with insurance and my insurance agent a couple of months ago.
Okay, so you would know if you have a home insurance policy if the quote that you've been paying, I take it you saw the previous bills. If the new insurance policy is around 30 to 40% higher than the previous premium, I would definitely look into that, because if a property is vacant and you have a standard home insurance policy, what happens is that in the unlikely but possible event that there's either a break-in or a fire or anything, the home insurance policy won't cover you. Especially right now, home insurance policies are investigating absolutely everything. So if you don't have a vacant home insurance policy, I just want to make sure that you're protecting your assets.
Yeah. I think I do, but I can check into that. I'll make sure I do.
Okay. And as far as the three properties in general, are there any type of repairs or maintenance that you need assistance with?
Yeah. There. Assistance? No, I think I'm okay. I do have some repairs and maintenance on two of them. The one that my brother lived in, and then one of the rentals needs a lot. But we just hadn't gotten there yet.
What kind of problems are you facing with those properties?
Well, I wouldn't call any of them problems, but my brother didn't take very good care of his tenant. I'm surprised they even stayed. I wouldn't live in that piece of crap. The other one, there were just some plumbing leaks and maintenance, typical landscaping and that kind of thing. I don't know. I really don't know what you can help me with. I just hadn't quite gotten to the point where I'm ready to take care of the properties yet.
I understand, and it sounds like it's been an extra headache that you probably don't want to be dealing with at the moment, especially, being stuck at home, COVID, all that stuff. So I understand how you feel. And a lot of the families that we worked with felt the same way, and what they found is that they actually, when they allow us to give them a helping hand, we actually facilitate the process and take a lot of that weight off their shoulders. As a matter of fact, what I could do for you now, which could help, while you decide what you want to do, is I can actually have one of my plumbers and landscapers. I could go out to the property with them, take a look, see what needs to be done, and then we could just reach out to you and see what next steps you'd like to take. I could also go and take a look at the vacant property if you'd like, so that we can explore some options, whichever option you'd like, whether it's to sell it off or fix and flip, or make some repairs, keep it long term, rent it out. How does that sound to you?
I guess that sounds all right. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to sell it or not. I don't know. I've got to sit down with my financial planner and kind of come up with a plan. We just haven't done it yet. I'm supposed to do that in a few weeks. I don't want you wasting your time and running out there and taking people to the property when I'm not even ready to decide anything right now.
Well, okay, so I understand you were saying you're probably walking into a meeting sometime soon. So how about I can actually get you in touch with one of our financial advisors. We actually make sure that we try to make sure that families are able to extend their wealth, and so we can actually get you in touch with a financial planner of our own, and we can actually. Okay, no problem.
I got a good friend. I'm not switching.
Okay, no problem. Not trying to get you to switch here. Well, how does this sound? I can put together a list of options. So whichever option you decide to go with, whether it is to keep the property or to sell it, to fix it, repair it, and sell it for top dollar, or to sell it for a quick cash offer, at least that way you have your plan of action in front of you. And when you're ready, I'd be more than happy to help you in whichever direction you'd like to go with.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm lost. I don't know where to go.
All right, we'll break there. So you brought it around, and you mentioned the cash offer. Bruce gave you the ultimate slow pitch. Like he took a deep sigh as he talked about that property and what a pain it was. But then he retreated right back into his comfort zone, and you let him.
Okay.
And he was showing you like his frustration with that property, and that should have been a red flag, and be like, oh, I got a point. And there, it's like, so Bruce, help me understand, Bruce. I mean, it sounds like it might just be easier for you to just get rid of that house. Wouldn't you agree? And get the affirmation. And then you say, I can make you an offer, or what if I bring you a cash offer? Can we meet tomorrow for coffee, or can we meet tomorrow to look at the house? I'll bring my investor with me, or I'll make you an offer on the spot. And you could start that relationship by solving, it seemed to me, the biggest problem you were able to stir up was the pain of that house. And it is obvious that he's not doing anything about it. He's just sitting there in the discomfort. And like when you make him talk about it, and then he retreats back to his comfort zone. So you had a great opportunity to buy that house or to get it for one of your investors. And you had a great excuse to get over there and meet him face to face so you can get the other two. So that was one opportunity you missed. I want you to really pay attention to the signals people are showing you on the phone. That deep sigh, I'm guessing, was intentional. Bruce was really in character, but I think he meant to show you that. But you eventually came around to it, but it was a much weaker delivery because the conversation was unraveling, and you were looking for some point to not let him go, and you offered him that. But if you could have conversationally said, wow, it really sounds like selling that house might be the best thing for you guys, wouldn't you agree? And if you get a yes, then boom, there you go. Because he's obviously not, he's had plenty of time to do something, and he hasn't. And letting him sit in his probate quicksand isn't serving him. So grab him by the hand and pull his ass out of it and say, let's meet over at the house and take a look at these things.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish it.
You could bring your contractor with you without asking, and have, say, listen, I hope you don't mind. I brought Mike with me. He does all my contract stuff. So what we're going to do is, I'd like to walk through the home with Mike. He can leave afterwards. But regardless of whether I buy this home or I help you find somebody else to, you'll at least have a contractor estimate that you didn't have to come and set up a separate appointment for. So I would surprise him with a little bit more value when I showed up.
Yeah, and
I like that.
I may have missed it, but after he shot you down about bringing your contractors over and having the correct insurance, I felt like he gave you a couple opportunities to offer to secure the vacant home, and I don't think you went there, did you? Did I miss it, or I don't think you mentioned that?
I don't believe I did.
Yeah, because that was a perfect opportunity. A lot of people are more attracted from moving away from pain than towards pleasure, and this guy, Bruce was being a little bit of a stick in the mud, and the avoidance of what could happen if he doesn't do something might have gotten his attention. I felt like you missed that opportunity a couple times, and that was something that, that was like a third shot you could have taken that may have worked.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I only brought up that we needed to do the vacant policy, but I didn't talk about securing the home. You're correct. Thank you.
Right. Sure.
The persona that I was giving was that of a very busy person that's getting pulled in a million directions. People are popping in. Hey, we got to meet. You ready? I'm talking to them, muffled in the background. It sounds like you are a really busy guy, right? Yeah, and just I'm slammed. You probably are not going to have time to take care of all the things over at the house that need to be taken care of for a while, are you? No. I'm, like I said, I'm pretty slammed. Okay. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you not take care of if it just disappeared? Oh, okay. Now all of a sudden I'm telling you what I'd like to not have to deal with because of my schedule.
I like that a lot.
I don't know if you get a lot of people like that, but I've had the people that I can tell that they are just completely rushed. They're muffling in the background. They're talking to people. Someone's walking into their office. They got picked because they're the most together person in their family, and they really are begrudgingly PRs. And it goes to one of my agents told me cleaned out his aunt's house, and he told me after he got finished cleaning it out as the PR, he said, hey, if you ever hate someone in your family, make them the PR for your estate. So, I mean, that's definitely a person that that you will run into sometimes, and sometimes you just ask them the magic wand question. Hey, it sounds like you're super busy. Empathic statement. They're probably going to say, yeah, pretty slammed. Okay, I know I'm not going to keep you very long, but if you could just wave one magic wand and get rid of a couple of the responsibilities, what would those be?
Okay, I like that a lot. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for giving me round two as well, by the way. Thank you.
All right, Jim, you there?
Yeah, we have one more in the queue. Are Bruce and Chad, are you a little bit going? Are you okay going a few minutes over today, or do you have to leave right at 2? At 3, I mean.
I have to leave it. I have a 3 o'clock.
All right, well, let's take the last one. Bruce and I will handle it if we're not done in 8 minutes. Last up this week is phone number ending in 9442. You're up last.
All right. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Travis. I'm so excited to speak to y'all again. I think I had an appointment with Bruce. I think about 2-3 weeks ago, Bruce. We did a role play call. You remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, good news. Well, I want to roll, but before I roll, I have great news. My first great news is this was amazing. I have an appointment with a local attorney, Friday at 1 o'clock, and I was listening to one of you all weekly. I was listening to the meeting I had with the attorney. He had said that most attorneys want to meet in the evening time, and I was amazed when he said at 1 o'clock. But I have an appointment with him at 1, and I have a $400,000 listing that I signed yesterday. So it's been going pretty good.
All right.
Yes, it's going wonderful.
Please come on our mastermind call and share that story. You'll probably get the win of the week. Are you available tomorrow afternoon?
I am right now, yes.
All right. Please come on, and I'll call on you for sure. Congratulations. That's great. So you want to roll? You want to be the agent with Bruce, or do you want him to be?
Yeah, I want to be the agent.
Okay. All right. Call Bruce.
Hi. Ring.
Hello.
Can I speak with Bruce?
Yeah. It's Bruce.
Hey, Bruce. I'm glad I caught you, Bruce. My name is Travis. I'm just sitting down in my office, and I don't know. I sent you a piece of mail. I guess about a couple weeks ago, and I just want to follow up with you and see that you receive it and that you understand why we sent it.
Travis who? I got a lot of mail. What, Travis, what's your last name?
Well, boy, my name is Travis Mawson. I sent mine in a pretty green envelope. You couldn't have missed it. Christmas around the corner, and I wanted to brighten up the day.
Yeah, trying to buy my house.
Well, not actually. We don't buy houses, but we do actually help you out with any problems that you may have. So I have a team of people right here in Covington, Georgia, and we help families that go through the probate process. So we go down to the clerk house, to the courthouse every month and meet with the clerk, and she shows us the families that may need our help. And she showed us yours. So we try to reach out. And if we lived in Maryland, and if there was one thing that I could completely take off your plate that you did not have to deal with, what would that be?
Well, I got to tell you, our attorney's kind of handling things so far. I mean, I think he's going to take care of all of it.
Oh man, that sounds so good. I was expecting that.
Oh, okay. Why?
And the reason why I say that, all right, well, listen, something that I hear 10 out of 10 of my best clients, they say that. And 9 out of 10 of them same clients, they call me back within 2 weeks, and when they realize that they have a lot of exposure that the attorney did not cover for them. So if you got 2 minutes of your time, I can check with you and make sure your family is protected.
Protected? For what do we need protected from?
Is this your first time going through probate?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of figured that. And the reason why I say that, just a quick story. I went through this myself in 2010 when my grandmother died. And 3 things I did wrong, 3 things I learned. One thing is I towed my truck. I went through 2-3 contractors, and I wasted a lot of money trying to go through and find people that did not obviously treat me right and wanted to steal my house like you feeling that I'm trying to do to you. But a couple of things I learned is that sometimes you do have to trust people, and I put together a team over the last 10 years. This team is wonderful. And one of my main team members is probate attorney, and I see that your probate attorney, James Warren, I haven't actually worked with him, but I did speak with him, and he's great at what he do. So is there anything that you're struggling with right now?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Not right now.
Okay. And our business complements the attorney business. So I'm not calling to take you away from him or him away from you. But the fact of the matter is that your attorney only handles 25% of the work. And let me guess, who do you think the other 75% is left up to?
I guess probably me.
Yeah, I think so. So
but that's okay. It's manageable though.
Yeah. All right. Well, in the 75% that you have to do, do you kind of understand on the stimulation and kind of what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do? I know the COVID thing's going on right now, and I know the court backlog is backed up right now, and it's so much going on. So do you understand what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do right now?
I think so. We're probably just gonna we're just cleaning the house out. Are we not supposed to do that?
So who's cleaning out the house?
I am. Me and my kid.
Wow. Okay, wow. I know it's COVID right now. A lot of people not working. Are you not working?
No, I got a job.
Okay. And your kids, I'm assuming they're like 10 or 12. You kind of putting them to work.
No, they're in college. They're just coming down on the weekends.
Wow, they're really smart kids then. Well, and the reason why I say that, depending on family to come over to stay to 2 o'clock in the morning and clean the house, and especially on weekends, it's almost impossible. We have a team of people, and one of our main team members is a clean-out crew. And when I tell you that I have worked with this clean-out crew over the last 10 years, maybe 100 times, and they come over, they broom sweep the house so that you don't have to lift a finger. Now, there's plenty of ways that I see that I can help you. It all starts with just sitting down with you for about 5 minutes and just kind of understanding your situation, understanding your goals, and kind of laying out a plan for you. Is there any personal items in their estate, or they just family not own anything?
So a lot of personal items.
Okay. Like,
why can't you? Can you just give me the plan now?
Well, sure, I can give you the plan now if that's what you would like. I know that you ain't got much time, and to go through the plan, it probably take 30 minutes of your time. Do you have much time to give me?
No, not right now.
Okay, I thought so. And the items that you had in the estate, what's your family left? Was it like there were dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and go-karts and pianos and stuff like that?
No. No, we do have a couple of bicycles, but no, none of that.
Great.
We just got some stuff we're going to divide up among the family is all.
Okay. All right, and one reason why I say that, I got a historical teacher on my team. And, any questions that you may have that you think, I don't know if you ever spoke with a historical teacher, but he can come over and all the items that you have, he can come over and price them for you and tell you what they would sell for. Now, do you mind if I give you a small recommendation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, cool. Now, one thing that I recommend to every family, have you had your letters of testamentary yet?
Yeah, I think so. Is that
okay?
What the court gave me?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Got that.
All right. So with the personal items in the house, I know that you said that you and the children are cleaning it out right now, but what's your plan for it? Do you plan on cleaning it out and keeping those items, or would you like to get top dollar for those items so you can put that money back into the estate, and maybe use that money to get max amount of proceeds from the house?
I don't know. They're kind of sentimental to us. We're probably going to keep most of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Well, that sounds good. How about two things that I said going forward, that every conversation I have going forward, two things that I will not let slide by me. Again, that I did let slide by me in the last 3 months, and I really regret it. So the house is vacant right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Now, I have right here sitting in front of me is a stack of no trespassing signs and the statutes. If you want me to, I can come over. I can be over in the next 60 minutes, and I can come put them signs up for you. And the reason why I said that I want to do that for you, I have seen a horror story that I don't really want to tell you about. It kind of scares you if you ask me, but I seen a horror story probably it's about 3 months ago with the Warrens family. And when I tell you that they called me and they was devastated because they had some squatters move in the house, and they called the police out, and the police could not make them move, and they were stuck there, and they had to go through the eviction to get them out, and they still haven't got them out yet to this day. Now, one thing that they could have did to mitigate that so that they didn't have to go through that was put up these signs. Now, if them signs had been up and the statues had been in the window, the chef would have came out, grabbed them out of the ear, and completely threw them out. Now, if you don't mind, I can have those signs up for you in the next 30 minutes.
They're what kind of signs?
There's no trespassing, private property signs, and the statutes to go with it.
Oh man, aren't those things kind of tacky?
Yes. No, they're not. Actually, we got these in a pretty red sign. The house is vacant right now, but what really matters is the liability and the protection that it offers you. If somebody comes on that property, and God forbid, and I mean, I'm glad I haven't had this happen yet, but if somebody come on that property, they trip themselves up or fall, or anything was to happen, I mean, that's a big liability, and you could possibly be sued. So we need to get rid of that right now. So if you don't mind, I want to, and I can be over there in 30 minutes.
Yeah. You go.
Do you know what? Call it done. Yeah, call it done. I'll be over there in 30 minutes, and I'm gonna put the signs up. So that's done. Last thing, the insurance on the property. Have your attorney help you switch over the insurance to a vacant home policy?
No, but let me ask you a question. I'm not. So you talk about team. What is it? I appreciate the help. I appreciate it very much. But talk about your team. I'm not even really sure. How much do you charge for this? Why are you doing this?
That's so awesome. You know what? I actually smile when you ask me that, and I think the reason why I smile when you ask me that because I don't get paid for this. But what I do get is gratification, and what I do get is warm friendship.
I don't know about that.
Yes. So what I do get is gratification, and what I do get is a warm friendship. So all these people on my team, it is an in-house team. Now I don't charge a dime up front. And we've been on the phone now for 10 minutes. I have another appointment in about 10 minutes. But I haven't asked you for a dime up front, and I would not. But I am a real estate agent, and I do help people sell their property. So on down the road, if I provide you enough value, and if you see that I am a worthy person and I am honest and I did do all the things that I promised, I mean, I'm quite sure that you would think about me if you were to choose to list the house, right?
Yeah, we're probably going to list in a couple of months.
Okay, all right, well, cool. So if I do get 5 cents off of the deal, it would be on selling the real estate. Everything else, it's just referral. So my team of people, I mean, they're the best people in the world, and I work with them, and they're excited to work with me because they like having other people themselves. So I have time this evening around 5 o'clock, and I can come over there. I'm actually going to put the signs up now in about 30 minutes. Could you meet me at that property, or could you meet me at 5 o'clock? It's up to you.
I won't be getting off work till about 6. A different day would be better, though. Yeah, but a different day would be better. I got a busy schedule tonight.
Okay. Now that house. One more question before I let you go. The house. As you thinking about selling that house, or maybe turning it into investment, or maybe keeping it in the estate, or maybe keeping it for a long-term investment, what's your plan?
No, we're going to be selling.
Okay. Y'all are going to be selling. Okay. And you said there are items in the house, so the house need cleaning out. Is there any repairs that need to be done?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I don't think we're going to do any of that, though.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well, you know what? I see so many ways that we can help you out. And my team is your team. So I'm gonna go put these signs up in about 30 minutes. The signs will be up, and any liability that could ever come against you in that property will be excluded because of these signs that I'm putting up, and you will be fully protected. I'm gonna have my legal attorney. His name's John. He will be calling you. So you at work right now, so I'll tell him to call you tomorrow. This is a good time.
We have an attorney.
Yeah, I have an attorney.
Yeah, we have an attorney.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm sorry about that. I mean the insurance company. My insurance company. I'm sorry about that. I said John. I actually was just talking to John. I was just talking to John. My fault. But Chad, he's my insurance, and he can call you tomorrow. I guess around 5 o'clock. He can kind of explain to you the insurance policy and why you need it and the pricing on it.
I mean, we have insurance too, but yeah, no, that's fine. He can call me.
Well, no, you had said that you all do not have a vacant home insurance policy. But
yeah,
anyway,
that's right. But we have insurance. I got an insurance agent. So vacant home insurance. Okay. Yeah, just tell him to give me a call.
Yeah, I want to tell him your call so he can explain it to you. Have any questions about that? And well, yeah, I'll be over there in 30 minutes. We gonna call it done, and hopefully if you can make it by the house, you say you at work. Can you make it at the house again tomorrow at 6?
Yeah, I can get over there at 6.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll meet you at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna bring out. I have a wonderful plan that I would like to show you, and a few things that I think that you would really like. So I'll meet you at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
All right. Sold. Listed and sold. Right. You want to go first, Bruce, or you want me to? Yeah.
So a couple of things. Be slightly, when someone starts to give you too much affirmation, you probably want to go back and ask some questions about why they're giving that affirmation. Don't challenge them, but hey, what is it about that you like? Okay, what is it about that would make your life easier? Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that they're not just being a yes person with no intent of following through with the appointment. So I wasn't giving you a ton of resistance there, but how many times have we had a conversation, hung up, and been like, man, that was amazing, and then been no-showed at the appointment? So kind of getting them to sell themselves on the benefit of why they're meeting with you is going to be a positive thing, because I could have just been like, oh yeah, no resistance, and then just vanished on you. So I would have probably said, oh, that's great news. What is it? What is it what is it about this that could make your life easier? And get me to start selling myself on it. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, Jim, you go. I'll probably come up.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, I got a list of things you did very well. You have great energy and enthusiasm. I feel like that's just natural. That's just who you are. One thing you did that is very rare, I think I know you ask a lot more questions than you made statements. You didn't make it. You ask a good question, and then you'd follow up with the statement. Then you'd ask another good question. That's very rare. You also did a really good job, I felt like, of using stories to sell, both your own and a good story from, instead of just vaguely saying, what a lot of my clients, feel like. Or you gave a specific story from your own past and from their past. I thought that was great. You did a really good job, too, of what you charge thing. You just sort of made it, first it was unbelievable. Why don't I just do this for fun? And then you sort of kiddingly said, hey, if I make a nickel on it, here's how I get paid. But by the time you told me that you were a realtor and you might get a commission, I mean, that just seemed more than fair to me. The one critique I would have, you ever heard the old expression, when somebody's sold, quit selling? You had them sold and you had the appointment and you kept going with additional things you could do. I would save those I would have wrapped sooner and said, okay, great, there's a couple other things that I can help you with, but I'll share that with you when we get together. Because I forget what it was. Oh, yeah. Because at the end there, when you said I'll have the attorney call, and actually you did a good job recovering from that. You know, I was just talking to him. I meant Chad. I mean, that was fine. But I felt like you could have ended it sooner and just deferred the additional ways face-to-face, you know, once you had the appointment. But overall, man, great job. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been making the calls?
You know what? Everything you all saying is right. And when I talked to Bruce last week, probably 2 weeks ago, Bruce said the same thing. And I do have a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes, I do. So I've been making calls now for about maybe 3 months, and I do listen to these calls all day long. And
yeah.
So
well, I'm not surprised that you got deals already. Like I said, great job. I think that was one of the better ones I've heard in a long time. And please come on our mastermind call tomorrow. Go ahead.
Go
ahead. You had another.
I went on. Yeah, the point I went on when I got it listed. Now, when I talked with him, you know, he was a kind of arrogant guy, and you know, it was a big listing, and he was a kind of arrogant guy. So when I went to the appointment, when I left that appointment, I was so happy because I said, "Wow!" I looked him in his eye. We shook hands, and there was this total empathy. And I mean, and he had said himself, he said, "Travis, 2 people came before you," and he said, "No way possible am I talking to anybody else." And he signed. I split the paper open. He signed it, and that was it.
That's awesome.
Well, congratulations, man. These 2 appointments, the deal and the appointment you have, is going to be the first of many. I think you did a great job. Thanks for participating. We appreciate it. And we've gone a bit. Oh, thank you. We've gone a bit over today, and almost everybody is still here. I want to end this call like I always do. I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to particularly thank the several people that actively participated. Not only participated, but they took the active role of agent or investor. That takes a lot of guts, and we appreciate you. We hope you learn from it. And I want to challenge each of you on this call. Take one idea, one technique, one thing you heard today that inspired you. Go out and put it into practice and come back every Thursday and share the results with the group. We will talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Make it a great day. Stay healthy. Stay protective. Stay productive. And we will talk to you soon, guys. Take care.